Good musical morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Bench, where we take you behind, above, and beyond the repair bench here at Heid Music. Sorry for the little delay. Literally every piece of technology was fighting me this morning. Hopefully you can even hear me. The microphone, the camera, the other camera, the connection, everything. Matt's camera, it was all crazy. But we're here, we're good. Are you following me today? See, you're still, maybe it's better to just kind of keep you where you're at so that you're not, being a little pickle. I'm looking at you, camera, you little guy. But anyways, good. Good morning, everyone. Hello. I hope everyone's doing okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Which cat do you have? I don't know. Which one do you have going on? Lindsay, hello. Today, it's gonna be a little wacky. So Molly called in sick today. She's not feeling good. We had some stuff planned for her, but we'll have to postpone to next week. Sorry, I couldn't control that. But Matt's got some cool soldering stuff up on the bench, and I've just got kind of a few odds and ends, some just repairs ready to rock and roll. So that's what we're just gonna kind of work on today. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm worried about this, my overhead camera. I moved the arm that way because it was all up in my way this way. But now it's like all out of focus and stuff. Here's the thing. We were set up really nicely over there and everything worked perfect every time. Definitely didn't have issues at all ever, definitely. But when we moved, I can't get anything right, but here we are. It's all right. We'll make it through. So we'll just kind of see if this works for saxophone. It's just at a weird angle, y'all. So we'll figure it out. But together as a family, we'll figure it out. It's okay. I got some piccolos though, at least one of them. I'm not sure which one I want to work on, so we'll see. We'll see there. But yeah, piccolos, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. What's in your cup today? What are you drinking? I got this is some, I think some like nice different coffee. Nice different coffee. This might be familiar. This might be a brand we got. Might be Luna Coffee, I actually think. My kids' school had a fundraiser. By Luna Coffee's a hashtag not sponsored coffee shop in De Pere. Really good stuff. They sell it, but it's really good. The equipment doesn't like to change. Lindsay's doing Miralax and apple juice. Wham, wham. Hey, can everyone dings in the chat for Lindsay? She's going through some stuff right now, and she's coming out the other end stronger. So dings in the chat for Lindsay. She's a warrior, and she deserves all of her praise. So doing great, Lindsay. Just keep drinking that apple juice and Miralax. Wow. What do we got going on this weekend, by the way? Anything big planned? So as the chat's letting me know how their weekend's gonna go, I thought I was looking forward to a pretty relaxing weekend, but turns out it's going to be absolutely hectic and chaotic. Maybe I've talked about it, maybe not, but I have a big house project happening. My house doesn't have a sump pit or sump pump or anything in the basement. It's 130 years old at this point, roughly, I'm guessing. And one was never put in, so we're finally getting one put in. It's been a heck of a journey to get here, but Monday they're coming. And I have to empty my basement because for obvious reasons. They're gonna be drilling concrete, all that kind of stuff, right? Turns out, after living in a house for 10 years and then having 2 kids and just sort of planting your roots further and further in the ground, you get a bunch of crap. And I would say my basement's full of a bunch of crap. So I've got to move all of it out, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'm also looking forward to, because I don't know if you've ever had that maybe it's just a me thing, but just that I just want to get rid of everything and start over feeling. You ever have that? I just get rid of it. I haven't looked at this in how many years? Why do I still have it, right? Get rid of it. So there's a good chance we're going to be doing a really, really nice just purge. Also, Lindsay is a very good joke. I just can't repeat it on stream. I really like that joke. But so that's my weekend, is just emptying out the basement so that they can come in and do their sawing and sanding and cutting and digging and all that kind of stuff. And it'll be fun. It'll be fine. It will be loud, but I don't think anyone's gonna be home. I think we're gonna let them in and we're all just gonna leave. Just be like, have fun. Call me when you're done. I'll come back with a check. So that's my weekend. Also, we have to do our Christmas shopping. Also, there's something with the kids. Also, I think my wife's gone on Sunday, so it's a hectic weekend. How about you? Shannon's going to a show? That's awesome. What show are you going to? You don't have to share if you don't want to, but. Matt, what are you doing this weekend?
Christian and I have a show.
Matt's got a show with Christian, amazing singer. I used to play with him. I used to be cool and play with you guys. At Greystone, if anyone's in the area. Greystone, Saturday night?
Yeah,
7 to 10. What a great time. Remember when gigs didn't start until 10? That's the worst. Now they all start at like 6 or 7. Right when I get out of the game is when they get to a reasonable time. Oh well, that'll be fun. Well, shall we fix something? Should we do something? Yeah? All right, let's do it. Let's see if this works up top. All right, so it looks fine here. The thing is when we get our sack stand in, I can't seem to get it to zoom out. I feel like the camera itself zoomed in somehow, and it's just not, it's not being chill and unzooming. I noticed last stream, I watched back some stuff, by the way, if you're not following Heid Music on all the social medias, you should be, because not only is there great, awesome deals happening all the time, and I'll keep you up to date, follow Heid Music on our socials. But also, they'll post clips from our Behind the Bench, and marketing team, John and Maggie, are amazing, and they're also incredible, and they're also very funny. That's true, they are hilarious, yeah. And they're not afraid to make me look silly on those things either, and I love it. But I was watching one of the clips, the clips from last Behind the Bench, and I saw the camera like move on its own. I didn't know this camera had that capability, this one, but apparently it does, so maybe I should go read the book that it came with and figure out, because I'm sure I did some, because it's like hand motions, I think, you know? And I was doing a lot of gotchas, right? And I think it like pinched maybe unpinch. Is that something? Is anything happening with the camera? I'm trying to guess. Man, these AI cameras are wacky, but anyways. I'm rambling all that to say that it's not where I want it to be, but we'll move on. Let's take a look at, I'm gonna keep the case off camera here because it says the school. There's two of them. There's one I wanted to do and one I didn't. I don't remember which was which, so let's just take a look at this one. It's a piccolo. It's a Gemeinhardt. Enough said. Okay. All right, let's get our leak light down there. Let's take a look, see what we can see. See what we can see. Is that a song? I don't know. I just said it. But anyways. So, I got this, the tiny leak light today. That's the tiny one. Look at that little thing, huh? Fits right in there. There was like an easy fix one and a non-easy fix one, and I was really hoping for the easy fix one today. Oh, well, all right, I'm gonna do a slow zoom, okay? All right, chat, you ready? Everyone get ready, because I'm gonna do a slow zoom, coming closer to the camera, and you're gonna see the problem right away, hopefully. We're gonna see how long it takes for you to see the problem, okay? You ready? Chat, are you ready? Get your little fingies. Get your little fingies on the keyboard. All right, I'm gonna slowly zoom in and see if you can see the problem. Anyone see it? Anyone see it? There's no pad in there. Key just simply doesn't have a pad. Well, there's your problem. There's your problem. So, let's put one in. Let's see if we can get it without having to take it all apart. That'd be nice. We gotta clean out some of the old glue. Not some, all. Then we'll see if we can slip a pad in there. So it'll just make life a lot easier. And you can do it, just kind of pop her in there, you know? Yeah, just give her a little pop in there, huh? The padless piccolo. Ah, the tale of the padless piccolo. A tale as old as time. Wasn't there a Pied Piper? Pied Piper? You think he was playing a piccolo when he got all the rats to leave that city?
Probably.
Was it rats or mice? There's like a whole like nursery rhyme or song about this guy, right?
Oh.
Or girl, this person. Is it rats?
Maybe it's actually rats.
Rodents? Rodents of varying sizes. Shoot, no. Oh my gosh, I'm getting the reference so wrong. If Aaron was here, he'd slap both of us and then say it right.
Oh, that's a 2017 film.
No, it's from Princess Bride. Rodents of unusual sizes, yeah. Okay. And he's like, I don't think they're real. And then he gets attacked by one. What a good movie. All right, I am gonna go ahead and, as I was complaining about the zoom, we're gonna go ahead and just zoom right in here. Pardon the camera movement. And there we go. All right. All right. So when you think about piccolo, when you work on piccolo, I think they can be intimidating because they're very tiny. When you have giant ham hands like me, I can understand that, yeah, they can be hard to work on. But, I mean, really, the mechanisms are very, very similar. Not the mechanisms, but the relationship between keys are very similar to flute. If you kind of say it simply, I mean, there's differences and variations, there's a lot of differences, but you can kind of think about it that way. And then the technique for floating and sealing the pads are like clarinets. You're just floating these bladder skin or synthetic pads with glue behind them. And then the concept is also breaks down to the very same with every other woodwind, is you want the tone hole to be covered in seal. So I mean, factor in those things, take the skills you developed from flute repair as far as the mechanisms and the relationships between, again, mechanisms probably isn't the right word, but the way the keys close are pretty much the same. And then the skills you learned on clarinet with floating pads and regulation and things. And if you can take those skills, apply them to piccolo, you're probably gonna be doing pretty okay. And then there's nuances, of course, with every instrument that you learn and as you grow as a tech. So, but overall, I mean, if you can start there, you have a pretty good idea of how these should operate and how they should be fixed and how they should leave your shop. And then from there, once you have a basic, you go work with Chris Feltz in our Appleton location, or Seth and Tim in our warehouse location, and just get really, really good at them because they're amazing. Unbelievable techs. So, anyways, what was I saying? What was I doing? Oh, piccolo. Let's fix it. I got my pads here. They're just piccolo pads. They're pads for piccolo. So that's why it says piccolo pads. Because when I'm looking for pads for piccolo, it's easy to find them. I gotta say, the energy is a little different without Molly here rolling her eyes at me. Matt's more on my level, so he laughs at my jokes. Molly rolls her eyes. So, oh, beans. Let's clean out that cup first. Let's see. different. Q-tips. I can use Q-tips just to clean stuff out. Man, I can't wait till my new bench gets here. And by gets here means, I mean, we build it. We're getting close. I'm excited. It's happening. It's happening. Chris, good morning. I dropped my electrode. This one actually isn't mine. Mine's over there, but I'll get it back. But now it doesn't quite open and close like it should, but that's okay. It still works. All right, so what I'm going to do, we're gonna just heat this up. There's barely any glue in there, but I wanna get it out because it looks like it might be, what's it called? George's cement, is that what it is? But it's not the glue that I'm gonna use, and plus we wanna make sure it's nice and clear. So I'm getting this electrode on there, which these two graphite bits, I believe, maybe. I don't remember, but anyways, when you put metal between them, and then it closes, that metal conducts electricity through it and heats it, and that's how we get some isolated heating on these smaller woodwinds. That's how I do it. Some other people do use flame and heat, and that's awesome. They're really good at it. I just get too scared that I'm gonna burn something, so I don't do that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the keys off. I was hoping I could do it, but. Lindsay, goodbye. Have a great day. I hope you get to go home today. All right, so I do gotta take the key off. I was hoping I can kind of sneak it. It was a stretch anyways, but that's okay. Now we get to have some fun and get some more experience taking apart piccolos. Yay, piccolos. Things in the chat for Lindsay, everyone. Wish her luck. Send her energy. Okay. Loosen the pivot screw. Make sure we take these springs off. Y'all, does anyone have any cool like holiday traditions, Christmas traditions that you got going on? We're getting so close to Christmas. I can't wait to see what y'all got me for Christmas, by the way. I can't wait for all the presents from everyone. I'm so excited. Matt, can't wait to see what you got me for Christmas. That's, you don't have to.
I do have something that I'm forgetting to get to you from my dad.
From your dad?
For like a month now.
What could your dad possibly have for me?
It's another cup.
Oh, it's another cup.
Show it again.
Oh, like your awesome one that you made? Oh man, now I'm stoked. You shouldn't have told me.
Not that one exactly, but you heard how much you were thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't threaten.
Don't threaten your dad with a good time of making. That's great. Oh my gosh. Y'all, it's been a morning already. I know we were late and like tech issues. It's getting to my brain. Y'all laugh at me. I'm trying to get this key cluster off, but on Piccolos, on Piccolos, the drill keys are over the lower stack, not under, like on flutes. Come on, man. Here I am struggling, and it's like, come on, dude. Jeez, come on. Oh, why am I doing that too? I got a whole keyboard over here, screw board. Oh man, that's so funny. It's so hilarious that I did that. I don't know, I think it's just kind of funny when you do like really, really super specific thing like that probably only 3 people in the chat get. It's not even that funny, but it's like, pretend it's like such a nerdy, funny joke. Oh God, I can't believe that. The drill key is over, and I forgot. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. This reminds me, chat, okay, I need your help. Molly requested this, and she's sick today. She said, we have to do a dad joke from the cup. So don't let me forget. maybe after the Matt chat featuring Matt with Matt, maybe then we'll do a dad joke. Can you not let me forget? I don't have any cues up. I don't have anything like that anymore. But don't let me forget, okay? That's a Molly request, so we'll do it. Yeah, Neil, exactly. Like, and that's the laugh I do. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so we got the key off. Not yet, but we will in a second. There we go. Clean off the tone hole a little bit. But we got all this excess glue to pop off. You see that? All that glue. Did you see the camera move? How is it doing that? Stop. Bro. It's with my nephews. And they're in the bro phase. Bro. Whoa. Okay, come over here. This camera, I tell you. Oh, look at that. Wow. How do I turn that function off? Okay. So let's get this heat out. So this time I will use fire because it's just right here, right? Heat it up from the back. And then I'll just scoop all that old glue out. Whew, it gets hot fast. Heat gets hot, guys. Don't forget that. It doesn't take much. I'm always harping on Molly. Hey, don't take too much heat. Careful, careful. Just a little bit in the corner, not coming out. There we go. Okay, let me get that cleaned out. We're gonna put a new pad in it. Let's see, which one do we want to use? This one is this one, I believe. Let's fit that in. See how that fits. No, not that one, sorry. Come on. Come on. You know, I was talking before about piccolos and they're smaller, and when you got giant ham hands like me, it's kind of harder to do. And that's exactly what I'm running into. Ham hands. Ham hands. This sounds like a product.
Yeah.
Ham hands by Mattel. It's like the Hulk hands, but it's just hams. Do you want to smash through things with ham hands?
Really, like, just a wet sound effect.
Ham hands. Oh, that's good. Okay. So we got the pad, we got it fit, right? Hard to see. The same process here as with clarinet, right? We're gonna put a little glue on the back and put it in the key, put the key on, heat it, and float it, and get it to seal. That's it. That's piccolo. I mean, there's not much more to it. It's just, it's tinier, right? Glue, a little bit of heat. Man, this camera is not liking me. I promise by next week I'll read the directions and see how this is supposed to work. There we go. So hit the back of this cup just a little bit. Put the key, not the key, sorry, the pad in. Just like that. When we put it back on, first, let's clean out the thing. Hinge tube. Here we go. Okay. because there's gunk and build up, and like as metal moves on metal, it sort of starts to wear a little bit, and you get just some gunk build up. And you want to get that cleaned off. We don't want to put it back in dirty. Come on, that's whack. That's whack, yo. I'm trying to be more hip. Yo, that's whack, dog. I think kids say that. Yo, big piccolo. I don't know what that means. Put just a drop of oil inside it so that when the rod goes in, excuse me, it'll kind of spread that oil out. Make sure this is a little bit of a tricky part because you don't want to stab yourself with the springs, which I'm sure I will do on camera, which is always fun, you know. Okay. Okay, putting that rod in. You can see right here, this spring here. It's kind of like sitting low. I want to make sure, I'm pretty sure it wants to go up here. Let's double check, see which way it feels a little bit better. They both feel the same, so we'll move it up. But so we put the light in, okay, and you can see. Whoa, big leak. If you don't bleed, does it even count as a piccolo repair? Good point, Chris. Yeah, so we got a major leak. And what do we say to leaks? What do we say to leaks, folks? What do we say? Mm-hmm. Do I still have it triggered? I do. Bad leak, go away. We haven't said that in a while. Bad leak, go away. And we will. So this is a sprung closed key. And usually when I approach these, my first step is simply to heat up the key. This camera, okay, I gotta figure this out. Maybe tech can help me. It's moving way too much. I never used to do that. Never. But I'm just gonna heat it up and let the spring tension bring it to where it should basically close for the most part. And then we'll check against, we're gonna check for that sunrise, that sunset. Stop of leaking, sorry. And we'll go from there. So, got my electrode, I'm gonna heat it. I tried to turn up the music a little bit too. Some good jams, you know? And with that, it gets us like 80% there. So remember before, we saw that leak. Oh, you know what might help? What if I did this? Whoa, cool. Now, whoop, 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 whoop. You can see that there's nothing. Let's check for that sunrise, sunset effect, right? Okay, ready? I'm gonna look. I looked first just so I could cheat and see if I had it. Do we see it? This is really hard to see on camera, I apologize, but we don't have any. It just opens and then it closes. Just opens and it closes. That's good. We can see in the back easily with all those keys off, and we got ourselves a ceiling piccolo pad. Isn't that great? We did it. Got Dr. Bad Leak and just kicked him right in the keister and said, get out of here. Get out of here, you bad leak. Just get out of here. So from there, we're gonna put the other keys back on, one section at a time, and make sure they're all regulated and not leaking and everything like that. There wasn't too much else. I think there was one more key up top I needed to take a leak out of. And from there, we'll continue on. So as I do that, I think we go to a much more exciting section of our show, and we go visit our good friend, the guitar luthier extraordinaire, Matt. It's the Matt Chat featuring Matt with Matt.
Hey everyone, we're back here wiring up a switch on a Strat. This one needed a little... Okay, I'm good. I think I'm getting a call on the other line.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure it wasn't messing up. Yeah, it came wired a certain way. Customer wanted it a different way. A lot of times people want the bridge pickup on its own tone pot, and then these two guys on the middle tone pot. How it came was the middle pickup and neck pickups had their own tone pots, and that's, you don't use the neck pickup a ton, that's a little bit of a waste. So I was in the process of swapping that over, and I don't know how, but this lug got all weird. I think the a little bit too much solder at the factory, and it first time it's happened to me before. I tried to test everything out, and it wasn't working, and that's what I found. So we have a new CRL 5-way switch, and we're gonna start unsoldering. So we're not too worried about, because the switch is junk, at this point we're not too worried about making sure we remove all the solder. We're just gonna kind of touch the iron, and it's gonna flow real nice and kind of undo everything. I think they did something cool and used one piece of wire to join both sides of the switch. So we got this this yellow output wire right here, comes across and connects the opposite side of the switch. So we're gonna clamp onto that, heat it up, and sure enough, it goes clean through. Really nice way to make sure you have a real clean wiring job and use less wire, fewer joints, less can go wrong. So this I will remove the solder from, because I want to just be a little more careful, make sure I'm not using excessive heat. Hit that again with the solder pump. And coming right out. So, pretty handy. Old switch is done. So these things function kind of in an interesting way. There's two banks of lugs, and there's a wiper that is joined together on either side. So each position of the switch, 5 in total, makes this the little wiper contact different lugs, and that combines different, combines them across different sides. And there's a bunch of different ways you can wire these up. There's a common wiring method. They even make like double switches, quadruple switches, so there's like 4 banks of one side, and you can do some wild stuff as long as you have a schematic or want to sit around and dream up something on your own. Once you kind of get the understanding, it's easy. I don't remember exactly what, I always look it up just to make sure I'm not getting stuff wrong. One of these is like the main output lug, is the main lug, and like in the first position this lug connects and that one, and they all kind of jump together in different ways to create different combinations. This guitar was wired up pretty in a pretty regular fashion. A lot of times people like doing a coil tap on a bridge humbucker in this sort of arrangement. So the when you have these two pickups together, it sounds a little bit more like a traditional Strat. Some people don't. It's also a cool sound to have a full humbucker with the middle pickup. So it just kind of depends on your preference. We're going to we're going to start by redoing this wire we just took apart. So thread that back in there. Rotate it into place. Step 1, done. Add a little solder. It's really important to, because this is completely bare, that we're not hitting any other metal at all. Just, we don't want this grounding out and being unreliable. So I guess that'd be the only little caveat of using one piece of, bare exposed wire. Something else might run into it, and I think that's worth it for looking cool. Alright, we're going to attach this bridge pickup again. And then the middle pickup to the middle lug. So I'm making sure to use much less solder this time. Just in case I have to alter this in the future. The customer may want different pickups, they said. So I don't want to have to be as careful as I apparently had to be before. I don't want, if you use a little bit too much heat, too much solder, it'll run everywhere, and it kind of wicks into every nook and cranny you don't want it to, which is, it's good and helpful when you're wiring like a lug on a pot, but when it can run down and ruin a switch, it's less desirable, of course. Alright, so this is where we're going to alter things a little bit. We're going to make sure this tone pot engages only the bridge pickup. And so we're going to put that in this lug. So before, the orientation was where we are. This was the middle pickup. I believe this was the neck pickup, and the bridge was empty. It has solder on it because I attempted the I tried it. Well, sorry, it was rotated. Either way, this bare lug is where we're going to put the bridge now to be controlled by this tone pot. And we're going to jump these two lugs. So this pot works on both pickups. I like to try to do the innermost wiring first, so I don't have to jump over wires, potentially burn things. That doesn't look nice. This guitar has vintage style pushback cloth wiring, which is super handy. You just push it back and boom, you got more wire exposed. They didn't have the nice PVC coated stuff we have now back when they were originally making Strats, so most vintage style builds will feature cloth pushback wiring. It doesn't sound any different, it's just looks way cooler, and it can be easier to work on. You don't have to have a separate wire stripper all the time. One connection, two connection, and that should be it. Now we're going to flip everything back over and test. When there is a pickguard mounted control setup, I always test with the pickguard as close to button down as possible. A lot of times if you're just tapping on the pickups to see if it'll work, when the pickguard is outside of the guitar, it may seem fine, and then when you put the pickguard in, something presses somewhere it shouldn't, and then you get something grounding out. That happens to me pretty much every time I do a Tele Deluxe for some reason. All right, so we're gonna just got a little guitar string on a hunk of wood with a tuner on it. There's our bridge pickup. Tap to verify. Middle pickup is weak, but there, just because it's far away from the string. Neck pickup. We're trying our bridge again. No tone. All the tone. Do a little tapping. Oop. All right, we get the troubleshoot. Those two are backwards. Sure enough, I got the wrong white wire on the wrong lug. This is why we test things before we put screws in. In an accurate representation of a real soldering project. Usually for me it is getting the ground and the hot leads mixed around on the output jack. Doesn't matter how much experience you have, how many jacks you solder. It's a silly mistake you have to be constantly on the lookout for. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Tone working. Middle pickup, tone. Bridge, tone. Sweet. So one goofy thing about soldering projects is if it sounds like there's a lot of noise and stuff that you weren't expecting, don't worry, just turn off your soldering iron. They add a lot of electrical interference, and that's probably just the problem. So never fear. We'll put this last screw back in. We have a switch tip that won't stay on, go figure. Adding just a little bit of fish glue, which is fun. Too much fish glue. I do not recommend gluing switch tips on with super glue. It is asking for trouble. So any sort of white glue or wood glue works. Fish glue is supposed to bond to non-wooden surfaces a little bit better than like Elmer's glue, so that's why I use it. So I tell the customer what is going on. I try to leave a note on the work order in case they forget, and maybe leave it in case, and if they don't take the guitar back to me next time, that tech will see that there's a little bit of glue there. You can get it off with a little bit of heat, a little bit of moisture if you have to. So it's completely reversible. You don't have to destroy anything in case the switch goes bad down the line. I've had bad times getting glued on switches off, so I try to be courteous to whoever is going to be working on this next, especially if it's me. Yeah, just a good little nice thing you can do for a customer's instrument. Yeah, and that's installing a switch. Pretty easy, pretty fun, good way to start the morning. Yeah. Now we just got to put the screws back in.
It's the Matt Chat featuring Matt with Matt. It's not supposed to go back to his camera, but here we are. Digged in the chat for Matt, everyone. Shauna did say when you were talking about the solder getting everywhere, she said it's like what Anakin said about sand in Star Wars. Do you know? Too deep of a cut. He hates sand because it gets everywhere. Anyways. I think we'll have a special guest join us for like a moment, maybe, to introduce someone new soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to just continue on with this piccolo. I found another pad Well, 2. I got one replaced. I'm replacing the other. It's just too much. It got glue everywhere. And glue's like sand. It gets everywhere. That's what I hear. So I'm super picky about like glue cleanup and stuff. I don't want to see any of it. So if I see some, I try to clean it. And then if it moves the pad or something, I just replace the pad. So that's what we're gonna do here. That's what happened. My pickiness made us have to replace some more pads, but that's okay. Because the other thing too with repair is that a concept you have to at least, I don't want to say struggle with, but work with and have to deal with is like whether I did the work on a certain section of this instrument or not. I was the last tech to work on it, so if there's something that's pretty bad that someone else did or whatever, I don't want to leave it because I want to clean it and make it look nice because I was the last one to work on it. So, but also you have to understand people's budgets and what they're hoping to get out of it and what they can afford and all that kind of stuff. So it's a nice balancing act. In this particular case, we're going to replace the pad. It's okay. So let's go back to doing that, huh? So we got, we're way over here. Our piccolo still. It's the thumb pad, and it just popped out. I didn't mean it for it to just pop out that easy. But we got all this glue to clean out, so I'm going to use an electrode for this. I'm going to grab it with some towel, paper towel here, because it's going to get hot. But I want to get all that excess glue out of there. See that? See that? So I'm going to heat the cup like this. Try to isolate just on that cup. You see it bubbling? Might be hard to see. It's starting to smoke a little bit. I got a little on the electrode so it heats up faster. And then, come on, there we go. A little bit more. Yeah, I think this is called George's cement. Is that what it's called? Is any techs in the chat remember? George's glue, is that just what it's called? It's not the stuff that I'm using, but it's fine. Everyone likes their own, what they like, right? George's glue, yeah. I never could get used to it. You know, in school and whatnot, they highly encourage you to experiment with all the materials out there that you can use because there are options. And this was one that I just couldn't get behind. I could not figure out the heating pattern and like the temperatures needed and whatnot. I felt like it just was really messy, which I'm experiencing right now too. So, but that's okay. If people like it, they like it. Good for them. Happy for them. Good for you. Good for you. You like George's glue. Molly's not here to roll her eyes at me. It's definitely different. But. Okay, so I got another pad in here. Put some glue on it, put it on, and we'll see if we can get these two to float. This is an interesting one because the thumb key on this, on a piccolo, has two pads, so it can be kind of fun to get those two to seal properly together. Nice fun adventure, and we'll work on it. Come on. I just talked about how George's glue is all messy, and here I am. Off camera again, too, sorry. One day I'll be good at this. Yeah, George's glue comes in the pellets. Ooh, see, that's hot. Ouch. I'm okay, don't worry. George's glue has the pellets where you just kind of put it in. I guess I didn't give enough time to that. I felt like I couldn't get the pad to adhere to the cup. Maybe I wasn't using enough or something, but yeah, that one didn't jive with me either. Putting the pellet is a chance where, there's a glue that you can get. I think Music Medic has a version too. It's little pellets, and you can put a pellet or two or more depending on the size of the cup in the pad. It's like Chris is saying in chat, portion control. And you just kind of heat it up from the outside. It's like applying glue to the pad itself, but you're putting it into the pad cup. Cool, and it works for a lot of people. I couldn't get that to work either, but Very cool. I'm just not smart enough. That's the thing. I'm such a dingus. Just kidding. Well, I'm not. I know I am. It's okay. I'm not kidding. I know I'm a goober. That's no lie. All right. Let's see. So, just gonna get this in there. There we go. Okay. Get this key on. Come on. There we go. Thought I heard someone sneaking up on me. No, no one's there. So now we can see the challenge we're going to have are these two pads they need to seat together. Okay, so that's going to be the fun challenge that we have. But what's nice, if you use your electrode, you can kind of heat them both at the same time, and then we can start to seat them at the same time. I got my cloth here, just a piece of cloth that I use to not burn myself. So let's see if we can heat these two. With one electrode in the middle, it kind of heats them both at the same time, not quite as evenly, so I'm going to split between the two here. Make sure that the glue gets as hot as we need it. Again, I got some glue on the electrode, so that smoke you're seeing is simply the glue on the electrode figuring itself out. So, all right, so they're both hitting really heavy in the front. So we got some maneuvering to do. Careful enough for your electrode not to touch the body because we don't want to burn it. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's okay, friend. All right, that pad is good. Just gotta get this other one to sit where we need it to and want it to. A little push in the front. Make a hit in the back. Bada bing. So we're gonna let that sit and just kind of cool for a second. So just like with sax pads too, I don't want to let it sit for a second. Oh, my light's coming out. Let that glue cool off enough to get to more solid state, and then it'll give you a more realistic view of what you're looking at. See, it moved a little bit, so we're gonna just try that again. Give it a little heat, just push that one back, and we should be good. And there's a little glue that came out, so I'm gonna clean that because, and then what that'll do is probably inadvertently move the pad, so I'll have to start all over again. But I can't let that glue sit there. If only I had little pellets that could help me with portion control. Oh, I'm making a mess. Oh, everything's going, everything's falling apart. Oh, I'm gonna let it get too cold. See? There we go. All right, cool. All right. And that's Piccolo's. It's the same as anything else, you know? Just kind of float some pads, get them to seal. It's just very tiny. It feels so tiny in your big ham hands, so. I don't know what that means, but. Yep, so I'll go back and forth. Making sure all these, put more keys on, make sure they're sealing. There's one more pad up top. I think it's in the upper stack, but we'll get that going. So it's just a weird little flute. That's all it is. It's a weird little flute. That's great, Chris. But yeah, so I think we're gonna call it early today because I do have to go. I have some appointments I have at. So yesterday we had a snow day in Green Bay. Not a snow day, 2-hour delay. So all of the schools obviously open 2 hours later, but typically I go and visit some schools to see if they need anything and pick up repairs or drop off things they ordered. So all those schools I didn't go to because of the 2-hour delay. But I gotta go to some today, so I gotta kind of flex around a little bit and hop in the old Heid Music Company van and drop some stuff off. So I'm gonna spend the rest of my day today floating around, visiting schools, getting them things they need. Concert season A couple schools got concerts next week, so I got to get them their stuff. You know, it's important. Got to do it. But yeah, I think we're just gonna call it early today. That's fine. I just gotta put this piccolo back together, but hopefully next week we'll be able to do some stuff we had planned for today. I'm excited for next week. You won't want to miss it. It'll be fun. I can't say anything else because it's a surprise, but so hopefully you can. Are you moving your slat wall today? Whoa! Is Tim here? Oh, he's up front? Okay, cool. Yeah. Now we got to go because we got some major movement going. So we're going to call it half hour early, but we will see you next week. Next week's going to be a fun one. You won't want to miss it. So thanks, everyone, for hanging out, and we'll see you next week. And as I always say, keep her going and keep her good.
Let us help you find your melody at Heid Music.